congratulations. Now that you're starting to populate your planner with tasks, you've done the first successful step, but now you got to actually complete the tasks. It'd be nice if you could just create them and they'd complete themselves, but it doesn't work that way. So today we're going to go over here checking our assigned tasks inside of Planner. We're actually going to explore how to do it within Planner, how to use labels within Planner, how to use teams to view those tasks, and then we're going to conclude with how to use a mobile device. Additionally, watch the video. As you stay tuned to the video, you're going to find this step-by-step instruction. We're going to walk through both of them. I'm going to show you how it works in the real world, and then I'm going to give you this step-by-step for free as well. All you have to do is go out and download it. So stay tuned. Let's jump right into it. So Planner, as you can see here on this side of the screen, is a task management program. If you're not using Planner, I would strongly suggest that you begin. It's a great program if you want to stay organized. So you want to stay organized, you have a lot of things that you need to do. Planner's a great step. So let's just go ahead and jump right to this. So here, if you're already using Planner, if you're already in Office 365, to get to Planner, you just click here and you say Planner. If you're not in Planner, you can go up to the URL here, and I have that URL, tasks.office.com, and go there. And then you want to click on where it says Assign to Me. Now notice here I don't see Assign to Me, but there it is right there. So I'm just going to click on Assign to Me. Now we can group this by different areas, and the first grouping that we're going to do is group by plan. So we'll go up here to the upper right and say Group by Plan. Now you can kind of see the plans that are inside of your environment. So remember, Assign to Me includes everything. Notice here we have Akati. Notice here we have April Dance, which is in here somewhere. We have Bobby. We have Expert Choice. So we have General, etc., 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 Personal. So these are all different plans listed here. As well, if you hit the hub, you can see all of your plans, right? So those are the plans within this environment. And Assign to Me, when we group by plan, lists the tasks by plan. So that's the first thing that you can do, is kind of group it by plan. But continuing down this, kind of staying with the group by plan, we can sort it more. So for me personally, the first thing I do is hit late. Those are the first tasks I do. Now, in a large environment, this is just my test environment. For a large environment, like I work at work, for example, where we have thousands and thousands of planner tasks, here I'll see task assignments from everybody throughout the university. So anybody who wants to assign me a task, they assign a task, and then when I click on Assign a Task, I'll see them listed here in the different plans. So it becomes very easy to kind of check your tasks and do that. So you can see that we can filter by keywords, or we can filter by late and today. So again, let's say I wanted to just find tasks that are related to the youth. All right, so I can just put in youth, and notice here I put in you, so it's going to come up with some of the YouTube or your. Okay, so I can type that in, youth, or I can clear that and I can just hit today, late, tell me what's due today, what's due tomorrow, what's due this week, what's due next week. So you can see the lists kind of grow as I go. That in addition, on this filter, you can click down here. I just want to see what's urgent, for example, or I just want to see what's in progress or completed. All of that, very simple to do, very easy to do here within this filter section. So that kind of takes us here where we explain some of those filters. Now let's go ahead and group by priority and get to work. So once we've filtered out the tasks, we've done everything that we're going to do. Let's change this. We'll just keep it late. Now we're going to sort by priority. Now the reason why I do this is because I look then at this and say, oh, okay, well, what's important? I'm still in the Assign to Me, but what's important in here? So I can drag those things around. Let's say this April dance is urgent. So I'm going to move that over there. And now I begin to work. I just start with, keep it on group with priority. I may have still some of these filters enabled, but I'm just going to say good to go. Let's go to April dance, and we're going to start doing that, and so on and so forth. And I just kind of start at the urgents and work my way through the list. Anything that doesn't make it, I just kind of peruse it, when I get done with these two, and then I may drag some of those over to important. And that's a very easy and efficient way just to stay on task with what we're doing. What you need to do, excuse me. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the monthly view. To view this in a monthly view, click on schedule, and now you can see all of the tasks. Now these tasks here, notice I have 2 more. We're going to look at that in a minute. Notice I have these tasks, 4 more here. These are things that all need to be done. So let's go ahead and now notice there's a late one. We can drag this task anywhere that we want. So let's say that we're going to do that on Saturday. We just drag it over there. Notice now it added it, and notice here that it's in there. So it's nice because you can take a look at everything and see what's going on. Now what you can't do, you can click to see where it's from, but you can't see a lot of that detail. Excuse me. If I click on week view, it just makes it easier if I have multiple tasks in a week. Instead, you know, where it says click. When I was in this view, it says 4 plus more. Here I can see those all laid out on the chart. And again, I can move them around easily within my environment. So that makes it really easy to kind of manage. So let's go back to our document. I give some examples here of the monthly view and then, of course, of the weekly view. Now, how do we look? And then also in the weekly view, it's important to note here that this schedule can be filtered to just like we did the other filters. Okay. Also, you have unscheduled tasks that appear over here when you look in these views. This is very helpful because sometimes we put tasks and we don't put due dates on them. So if we do have one, let's say this one, I want to just drag it over to 24th. Boom. Now when I click on that, notice it's due on the 24th. That's pretty easy. So very simple to do and kind of see where you're at. Let's talk a little bit here about labels. Labels are a great way to kind of subcategorize things. And you can see here several label examples that I have here. Dependent, reference, things of that nature. So this is kind of creating a label. And then we're going to talk about assigning that label. So let's go ahead and then we'll talk about how to look at it based on label assignments. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at what a label looks like. We're going to do that here in the board view. We could do it anywhere, but let's just do it in the board view here. I can click on this label and look at information within the environment. So here, for example, let's go to personal here. I'm going to click on the label. Notice here, I have a hard date, I have reference, I have, you know, all kinds of things. Now, if I was sharing this, I could put in whatever I want. This, for example, dashboard, this may be an important one, and I've created some automation to use a dashboard, so I've put in that as a label. So I can use that label for pretty much anything that I want within my environment. So that's kind of how you apply them. Now, how do you create a new label? Let's say we wanted to go with brown here. We just click on it and say, you know, Mickey Mouse. Okay, and now we can just assign Mickey. And next time when we click on one here, we're going to see Mickey there. But it's important to note that they're not all, labels don't transfer. So let's go into this one. Mickey is not there. Different labels. So labels, it was brown, I think. So labels are not universal for all plans, just for the plan that you're working on. Okay, so that's kind of how we do labels and assign labels, and then we can group based on labels. Now, a lot of times I group things based on labels, but notice here when I click on here, there's no group by labels here. That's because I'm in assigned me. Remember I said, very important, you cannot labels do not transfer over multiple plans. Hence, in the assigned to me, you don't have the group by labels. But when you get into your own plan, you do have it. So group by labels. Notice here. Now, notice these guys have no labels because it's my personal one. I don't use them. Here's that example that we have under dashboard and Mickey. We've got it under dashboard. And then if we continue on, we're going to see Mickey right there. So it's going to appear in both places, dashboard and Mickey. I can also click on there and reduce that. And if I want to take rid of that label, get rid of that label, I can just click on the ellipsis here and click on that, and now it's gone. So that's kind of how you use labels and assign them in the environment. And here we talk a little bit about being able to sort that. So let's go ahead and look at teams and see how we can look at our tasks in teams. And we're going to find this tasks by planner and to do. So let's go ahead and open up teams. If we don't have teams open on our system, we're just going to click on the menu up here and we're going to say teams. Do you see teams? Teams right there. So we're going to go ahead and open up teams. And here within teams, we're going to see a column that's going to appear here on this side. Now notice I don't see planner as one of my options. That's okay. Whoops, there it is right there. It just came up. It must have heard us. So I click on it there, but if I don't see it, all I have to do is go in here and say tasks. Whoops. I can just go in here and type in tasks, and right there, that's the one you want, task by planner to do, but we already have it. So there it is, and you can see the tasks here are all listed out just like we had in inside of planner itself when we click on assign to me. So there's a lot of similarities here. You can do the filters, you can do active and complete, and this is the assign to me. These are to-do task groups. These are the plans. So if I go in my personal plan, I can now see all of my tasks, and I can look at it in a list as well, not just a board. So within planner, I can only list it as a board. I can only view it as a board. I have lists inside of teams, and then here's that calendar view, that schedule view. So very handy, very easy to use. That's kind of using it inside of teams. And I give you some hints here about filtering and things, but it's all very much like the planner experience. I will tell you though, from using planner now for quite some time, planner has more features than the Teams planner, but Teams planner has its own set of benefits. So let's close here with just how to check my tasks for my mobile device. Now my mobile device here, I'm just going to go to my store. This is an example from Android. I'm going to type in planner and I'm going to select the one that says Microsoft Planner. Look for this logo. There are a lot of apps in the stores that may not be the actual ones, and it's from Microsoft Corporation. Go ahead and click on it, hit install, hit open, and now you're going to enter in your Office 365 credentials and hit sign in, and then go through these screens here and get to where it says get started, and then go ahead and click on get started. Now the view that we were looking at assigned to me is my tasks. So if you click on my tasks, we're going to see exactly what we saw on the previous screens, and then we can select from any of these plans just by clicking on the plan. We click Planner Hub, excuse me, and then we click on one of the actual plans. Something to note about this view, this is all on a mobile device and it works fine, and there are widgets that you can install too to show you all your active tasks. I'm not a big fan of the web, but it's quick. If I want to put an update note or I want to mark something complete or adjust a due date, it works pretty well for those type of things. But me personally, I really prefer to use the full version of Planner.